Happy belated birthday, Brian.
Thank you so much.
It's awesome to have you back at PeoriaCon. Your second time back, right?
Yeah.
So what have you seen in our con that's changed that you really like?
Well, the venue for one, right? It's a much bigger venue here at the Civic Center, and it's really cool that you've got the attendees to support it. It's it's packed. It was really busy yesterday, and the vibe is cool. The energy is great. The people in Peoria are always awesome, and I love coming to Peoria. So,
absolutely.
Right?
And like I said, when it plays in Peoria, it plays.
It can play anywhere, right? Exactly.
Absolutely.
And we are playing for sure.
Yeah. And speaking of playing, you love theater.
Yeah.
So in theater, you've done theater for a long time.
Yeah.
You like to watch theater. You talk about it a lot on your social media.
Yep.
What in theater has influenced you in your voice acting?
Well, it's influenced me, but really helped me and develop skills, right? So you're doing a play for 2 hours, right? Sometimes with no intermission. So it really helps you build stamina, creativity, improv skills, your voice, projection, right? And it really just, for me, I started when I was 10 years old. So it really just helped me kind of like get the vibe for the arts and the bug that bit me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And seeing theater too, which I do a lot, and that's why I go to conventions. It's to pay for me to go to theater, right? It's just inspiring to see people doing this for their career, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of the main reason I do anime. The main reason I do conventions is to go see more theater. So it's this
awesome.
It's this circular thing.
It's a positive cycle.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
And so you've worked on just about everything. You've been in TV shows, you've been in movies,
Yeah.
you've been in tons of animes.
Yeah.
You've worked with people like Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
And what was the movie?
Buying the Cow.
Buying the Cow. And so you've worked with all these people. You've been all around the world. You've met so many people.
Yeah.
Who has been the biggest influence on you in your career?
Well, so I just had a birthday, so I am old, but there's two actors that you guys probably don't know, but Google them. Sid Caesar and Carl Reiner. I did a movie with them back in the day called Globe Hunters, or Around the World in 80 Days for Nickelodeon.
Okay.
And so my first scene is sitting between these two actors,
Yeah.
Sid Caesar, Carl Reiner, and it was terrifying.
No! It's the guy! The guy!
Because I was just starting out, and they're at the end of their careers, and so I kind of had to step up to the plate when I didn't know what I was doing. Right? It's always the way with actors. We're always trying to fake it till we make it.
Sure.
So anytime we get something new, we're like, well, of course I could ice skate, or of course I could ride motocross. I'll learn, right?
Exactly.
On the job. So that's kind of how I spent my career. It's like getting the gig and then learning how to do it.
Well, speaking of learning something new, do you got anything coming down the pipeline? Anything you're working on?
Yeah, so I'll be back as Yuma Chica in Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood War, which is awesome. Still doing Chojuro in Boruto if he ever rears his head again. Hopefully some more Bungo Stray Dogs.
Some more Octagawa.
So, yeah, more Octagawa. We ended with
Absolutely.
season 5, so hopefully there's more of that. A couple things I can't talk about, obviously. And then just writing and producing and working on more TV stuff.
And Brian, you're such a bubbly, happy person.
Yeah.
I've worked with you many times now. We've had a great time.
Yeah.
You play a lot of iconic, villainous type characters.
Yes.
And it seems like you love playing them.
Yes.
So what is it about the villains that you love?
Well, so my friends would say it fits me perfectly, but
I'm sure.
But I started out playing Takato, right? 10-year-old kid, and then Digimon and stuff. So these light-hearted, kid-friendly characters. So I was ready. By the time Yuma Chica came around, 10, 20 years ago, whatever, I was ready for someone who had a little bit more edge and a little bit more bite.
Forget about the world! It wants nothing to do with you!
And those characters are really fun, right? And I like to play them with a little bit of sarcasm and egotistical wit, whatever, put some layers on them. I just find them more interesting than the best friend good guy, which I played plenty of, right?
Absolutely.
That's who I thought Shima was, spoiler alert.
Yep.
But I've been like the sidekick best friend a lot, so it's nice to play the villain every once in a while.
Before we end our time here, I've got one more question for you. So if somebody wanted to get into voice acting, what would you tell them their first steps? What should they start working on?
Well, very first steps is take an acting class, right? Because voice acting is acting. You'll hear that 100 times, right?
Absolutely.
I do recommend, and D. Bradley Baker, if you're out there, Klaus from American Dad, the Goldfish, he's got a great website, and it's iwanttobeavoiceactor.com.
Okay.
Some stuff you may pay for, some stuff is free, but it's a legit place to go to kind of it's a jumping off ground, right? To get some information to see if this is the kind of career that you want, right?
Sure.
But improv classes, singing classes if you sing, because that really helps your ear. And they just really look into it and know that It's not a money grab. You got to work really hard. It could take a long time, 20 years to be an overnight success.
Absolutely.
But also, if you want to do it, then do it. Don't take no for an answer.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, Brian.
Thanks, man. All this and more at PeoriaCon, so don't miss out. God help me if I ever started acting like Monokuma. Like we've got problems, right? You'll see me on the front page.